Alright, welcome back to another trading card video. This time, I am fucking ecstatic. I've been buying trading cards for a while. Y'all have watched my videos. I've bought all sort of trading cards, right? I know they have Walking Dead trading cards. And if you don't know, I fucking love The Walking Dead so fucking much. And for some reason, my dumb ass has never thought to be like, hey, do they have the Walking Dead comic book trading cards? And I looked it up, and there's 2 series, and this is series 2. And it's the full complete, I think it's like 72, 74 cards. As you can see, it's wrapped up in their little fucking thing and every damn thing. It ain't even been opened. And I'm so damn excited for this. Like, I don't know what any of them look like except for this one. And that's just the first issue, the Walking Dead issue, or whatever issue that was when he's with the shotgun and shit. But fucking, I love the Walking Dead comics. It's what made me want to watch the show. Damn, can I even open this shit? Hang on, let me bite this shit. That might have worked. Yep, that did. Okay. Yeah, I had to pull that shit and bite the little fucking corner. But I am ecstatic. If my camera that I use for my face was working, you'd see my face. Damn, you'd see my face is ecstatic. Like I am excited to look at these, and y'all will be able to see my face on the next set because I have another set of Walking Dead cards coming. This is from season 1, and oh dude, these are so damn beautiful. Oh, I love it. Okay. So we have the first card here. Do they got stuff on the back? Oh, yeah, they do. Okay, yeah, this is Days Gone By, Part 1. Sheriff's Deputy Rick Grimes injured in the line of duty wakes from a coma. Oh, man, this is so fucking cool. Here's Rick with the horse he found, and he's riding into town and shit. Oh, dude, I love it. Yeah, this is Days Gone By, Part 2. Here's the little thing y'all can read it. If y'all ain't never read the comics, this is a good way to kind of see what happens. I've already read all the damn comics. I know how it ends, and I loved them. But yeah, this one was he's on the road to Atlanta and he encounters Glenn and shit. Then here we have the Grimes family. We have Rick, Lori, and Carl. Carl in the comics is probably my favorite fucking character. It's like, it goes Carl, Tyrese. I like Tyrese in the comics a lot. Yeah, Carl, Tyrese. I like Negan in the comics as well. He's alright. He gets better instead of just being like a guy who wants to bash people's heads in and shit. I like comic Glenn and Maggie. I like Rick, and I love comic Andrea. She's a whole lot better in the comics than she was in the show. And like it's just so awesome. Oh my god, dude, this is fucking cool. I love it so much. Yeah, this is Days Gone By Part 3. Dale tells Rick that Shane is not to be trusted. And then here is Rick holding a... I think that's Rick. Is that Rick holding a pistol? That might be Rick holding a pistol. Looks like some shit Rick would be holding. Yeah, Days Gone By Part 4. Shane persuades Rick to keep the group stationed near Atlanta. Rick and Glenn travel to... Yeah, Rick and Glenn. Okay, yeah, so that's what that was. And then here's all of them in the snow and shit. And this is... you can see Rick, Lori, Shane, Carl. I want to say that's Andrea, isn't it? I can't remember. But there's Dell in the background with his little shovel. Oh, dude, these cars are so fucking awesome. Yeah, this is... Yeah, okay, yeah, this is where Andrea's sister got. Yeah, Amy got killed by the walkers and Jim is bitten. Yep, because they, Yep, yeah, because the camp got raided and shit by the walkers. Yeah, they buried, Amy and Jim, wasn't it? Isn't that who they buried? After the group mourns the dead, Shane leads Rick into the forest. Oh, they buried Shane. No, they didn't bury Shane, did they? I don't remember if they buried Shane or not. I know Carl kills Shane, and then Rick has to kill Walker Shane. In the show, they did it backwards. You know, Rick kills Shane, and then Carl kills Zombie Shane, or I guess Walker Shane. But yeah, he leads him to the forest. Carl sees Shane pull a gun on his father, so he shoots Shane, killing him. Yeah, oh, Comic Carl, I'm gonna let y'all know, Comic Carl's not to be fucked with. In the show, you know, Carl, he's just a guy. But in the comics, that little motherfucker, if I'm gonna be real with you, if I ever saw him in a zombie apocalypse, I'm just walking away. Like he become like an all out badass. Like he out here killing people just to be doing it. Like he killed Shane, he killed that little boy who killed his brother. Like the little twins, what was their names? Billy and Ben or some shit. But he killed the one that killed the brother. Fucking because no one else was gonna do it. So he shot that motherfucker in the damn fucking car and shit. He fucking killed that kid. He shot up the sanctuary. Like fucking Comic Carl's a fucking badass. Alright, so here's Rick in the snow with his little poncho cover that he had to make. That they got from that little place. Yeah, Miles Behind is part 1. With Shane dead and the winter on the way, the group abandons the camp, running into another emergency. Lori reveals she's pregnant. Oh no. Fucking yeah, that was something that was fucked up in the comics. The baby Judith got shot. Like like if you think how she died in the show was fucked up, the in the comics, dude, she gets shotgunned right in the back. Like her entire fucking body is just fucking riddled with shotgun shells. And like it kills her and the baby because she's running with the baby and they just get fucking killed. They get fucked. And fucking, I think that's one of the reasons I love the fucking comic so much. Because now they're coming, since she's pregnant, now they're going to be coming up on the prison and shit. Oh my god, dude, looking at these cards, I'm just so fucking excited, dude. Like, dude, I've read all the comics, and I fucking love the Walking Dead comics so fucking much. And I love the Walking Dead TV show as well. And fucking, like, just having these is just so fucking awesome. Because I do know they make Walking Dead trading cards, but I never thought to look up, the comics. And this is Series 2. And there's Series 1 and Series 2, because that's the only ones they've made. And this is like the full complete set. I don't think it has any of the super special cards or anything like that, but I'm fine with that. This is the set of the base cards, and I'm fine with that. But there's Rick, and then he's walking past a walker. Let's see here. Yeah, the survivors must enter, Wiltshire Estates. That's what it was called. But missed an important warning sign. All dead do not enter, because the snow covered it. And then, like, the snow either fell off or the sign starts falling or some shit. But it, like, plops all the shit off and it reads, all dead do not enter. And so they're in the buildings and shit and fucking, like, they're all goddamn, like, every house is fucking full of walkers. But, Dell reveals, believes Shane may be the father of Lori's baby. And he definitely is. I mean, let's be real here. He is. They know it. Rick knew it. Hell, I mean, he knows it. Fucking, there's Rick getting looked at by a walker and the little fly on his eye and shit. But I don't think the walkers are moving because it's so damn cold. Oh, no, yeah, this is where Carl gets shot in the goddamn... By the fucking little guy on Herschel's farm. The community is besieged by walkers, leaving Donna dead and Carl grievously wounded. Donna was, what was that damn dude's name? Alan? Wasn't it? Alan? Yeah, I don't know. His wife got, I think it was Alan. It's like Donna and Alan, and then their 2 kids, Billy and Ben or whatever. And, I can't remember what happens to, I think Alan dies. I want to say Alan dies. And then, she's dead. She gets bitten and she's dead. And then Dell and Andrea, it was a weird thing with them. They get together and shit, and they fucking, they're a couple and shit, which is strange, but at the same time, I guess it makes sense because it's the apocalypse, but can't be choosers, I guess. But, and their 2 sons were twins or some shit, and he killed the one boy kills his brother, and then Carl kills the other one because he's like, fuck y'all. I fucking love Comic Carl, man. Something about him is just so fucking awesome. And fucking, here's Rick with his little shotgun and shit coming out of the snow. I love this little pose of Rick. Like, that's a badass card. Like, oh my god, dude. This is so fucking awesome. I fucking love it so damn much. But here, Miles Behind Us, Part 4, the group heads to Herschel's farm seeking shelter and treatment for Carl. Herschel confesses to keeping turned family members in the barn. Yes, he has all the walkers and shit in the barn. And then there you see Rick, Lori, and Carl all blissfully sleeping with the dead walkers. All hell breaks loose on the farm when a walker appears. The walkers escape the barn and kill 2 of Herschel's children. Yeah, they killed 2 of his kids. Yeah, oof. All because he didn't want to kill the people in the barn because he thought they could find a cure for them eventually. And then, yeah, I think this is when Herschel puts the fucking gun to Rick's head. He's like, "Get the fuck off my farm," isn't it? Yeah, rich group of survivors leaves the farm en route to a prison, but Glenn stays behind to be with Maggie. And then, yeah, if I remember correctly, Glenn convinces Herschel and Maggie and his like 2 other small children who are like kids to all come to the prison. So they all go to the prison. It's kind of sad, really, because Herschel's 2 kids get killed by one of the prisoners. Because, they still found their group of prisoners and shit. But one's like a serial killer. But he told everybody he was in there for tax evasion and shit. So he gives them like a fucking haircut and shit. Like he fucking kills them in like the fucking barber room or some shit. And it's like fucked up. Like the comic, I'm gonna be real with you. The comics were extremely fucking dark. Like, the fucking comics were dark as hell, and I loved every fucking bit of it. But, here's there's Tyrese, my boy Tyrese. But fucking, there's Rick and Tyrese in the prison. They're already in the prison, because you can see the gate, and then all the walkers are coming out and shit. Safety behind bars. The survivors clear the prison of walkers and discover their prison has living inhabitants, which was the prisoners because they all lived in the cafeteria. And they would all, like, shit and piss in the, was it like a freezer? I think it was the freezer because it was like airtight or some shit. But here is this was when Tyrese's daughter killed herself, I think. This is something different. But Tyrese has a daughter, and she meets this little boy or some shit. She meets this guy, and they like her boyfriend or some shit. Yeah, because Tyrese is traveling with his daughter and her boyfriend. And, I think maybe his sister? Was his sister? Did his sister even exist? I don't even know if his sister existed. But, his daughter and her boyfriend have, like, a weird suicide pact. And, she goes through with it, but he doesn't. And then Tyrese, man, let me tell you, he fucking did unspeakable things to that boy. He killed that motherfucker. Let him come back as a walker just so he could tear him to pieces. Like... Like, fucking, it was some dark shit. Yeah, see, boom, there's his daughter right there. So, yeah, that other one was the little boy. Herschel's family comes to stay in the prison. Chris and Julie's suicide pact, yep, it goes wrong because Chris is a pussy, and he backs out. And he lives, and he does not live for long because Tyrese kills that motherfucker. And it is so fucked up. But here is Rick on the motorcycle, fucking... I think soon he loses his hand because they meet the governor and shit. And, here's safety behind bars. Oh, yeah. Yeah, this is Herschel's 2 little kids that got their head cut off. Fucking, when Tyrese kills Chris to avenge Julie, the group finds out that you don't need to be bitten to come back as a walker. Herschel's twin daughters fall victim to an unknown killer. That was the little white guy. He cuts their heads off and shit. Which is fucked up. Man, like Herschel just lost 2 of his kids, loses 2 more of his kids. Herschel dies at the fucking prison, and then eventually Maggie tries to kill herself because of all that shit. And like it's like I'm just gonna be real with you, the comics are fucking dark. And here's the walkers trying to smack into the fence and shit. Safety behind bars. The group imprisons Dexter, believing he's the murderer and leaving the real killer Thomas free to attack Andrea. But he just cuts her face. No, yeah, he cuts her or some shit, but she lives. And they kill his ass. They beat him or hang him one or some shit. But fucking, yeah, I think this is Rick beating the shit out of him. Yeah, they did hang him. Okay, yeah. Fucking, yeah, because he cuts her fucking face. Rick saves Andrea for Thomas, and he institutes his new rule. You kill, you die. So if you kill any of the living people, you die. And then, like, remember that rule because when it comes to that boy killing his brother, they don't want to do it. They none of them want to fucking kill the kid. And then, like, Carl's like, but, you just said if you kill, you die. So, old boy gotta die. But, yeah, they just hung that motherfucker. There's Alan, there's Rick, there's Lori, Dell, Tyrese, Glenn. Fucking, they're all there just watching this shit. Yeah, and there's Dexter. That guy's Dexter. That's the one they thought was killing everybody. Patricia releases Thomas from his cell. He attacks her, but is killed by Maggie. Dexter, Andrew, and Patricia attempt to force the other survivors out of the prison. And I forgot why she even fucking released him, but fucking, I didn't like Patricia, honestly. Patricia was fucking stupid in my opinion. I couldn't stand that woman. But fucking, I think she was Dell's wife, wasn't she? I don't know. I just couldn't stand that damn woman. That woman was fucking annoying as hell. But here is Michonne, bro. Comet Michonne's badass as hell as well. I love Comet Michonne. There's her two little walkers and shit. And fucking the Heart's Desire. Rick kills Dexter during a walker attack in the prison. Otis and newcomer Michonne soon arrive. And then here's Lori sitting in the prison cell. That's Maggie 1. I can't really remember. No, that's Maggie. The Heart's Desire. While cleaning the prison of walkers, Alan is bitten. Tyrese and Dell come across a generator, and Alan gets bitten shit. And then here is Carl and Sophia, if I'm correct. They're holding hands and shit. Hoping to prevent him from being affected, Rick amputates Alan's leg. Carol catches Tyrese and Michonne together. I think Alan does live a little bit because they realize if you cut the shit off quick enough, you can live. Cause I think he lives for a little bit, but I think he does eventually die though. But there's Carol catching Tyrese and Michonne. Glenn receives permission from Herschel to be with Maggie. Carol kicks Tyrese out of her cell and attempts suicide. Yeah, because fucking Tyrese and Carol were a couple. I forgot about that. Oh shit. Yeah, they were a couple and shit. And Carol's about to, Carol kisses Rick and shit and tries to get in like a weird fucking threesome kind of situation with Rick and Lori so they could just raise Sophia and Carl together. I forgot about that weird shit. Oh my god, dude, that's so fucking funny. And then here is that Tyrese? I think that's Tyrese. Yeah, Rick and Tyrese beat the shit out of each other. Hang on. Fucking focus, come on, yeah, there we go. Tyrese and Rick get into a violent argument. Andrea stops to tell them that Alan is dead. Rick shoots he shoots Alan and then passes out because he got, Tyrese beat the shit out of Rick. They beat the fuck out of each other. And then here he is, passed out. This is after he passed out. Rick wakes up, finds he's no longer the group's leader. Everyone, including Rick, believes the pressure has gotten to him. Yeah, you're right. And he accepts it, too. He's like, yeah, you're right. So they kind of become like a democracy in a way. They all start making decisions instead of just Rick. And here is Glenn with the prison riot gear. And he's, fighting walkers and shit. Rick, Glenn, and Michonne trap the origin of the helicopter. Carol makes an unorthodox proposal to Lori. Yeah, she's like, yeah, bro, can me, you, and Rick be together? And Lori's like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Lori's like, nah, I'm good. Lori's like, nah, I pass. And that shit is so fucking funny because Carol's so damn disappointed. And I think after that she attempts to kiss Rick. She kisses Rick and shit, and fucking Rick's like, nah, bitch, what you doing? Back up, bro. But here's the walkers in the riot shield mask. Fucking, this shit, I love these cards, dude. These look so fucking amazing. Come on, focus. Hang on, I'm trying to get this shit to focus where y'all can read it. Rick's trio, come upon Woodbury, a walled-off community run by the ruthless man known as the Governor. And he fucking, he cuts Rick's hand off and shit. He does unspeakable things to Michonne, and she gets her get back, though, bro. She fucking cuts off, okay, this is gonna get dark for a minute. I hate the Governor in the comics so fucking much because he's horrible. He fucking, I don't think it's ever explicitly stated, but fucking it is implied heavily that when he captures Rick, Glenn, and Michonne, he cuts off Rick's arm first off. He cuts off Rick's fucking forearm and shit, and Rick loses his arm. He beats the living shit out of Glenn. They beat the fuck out of Glenn and Rick a lot until they escape. And Michonne, it's horrible. He fucking, it's not stated, but it is implied a lot. I think it might be stated, but I don't remember it being stated or not. But he rapes the fuck out of her, beats her, all sort of shit. But she gets her get back though, and I love it so much. She stabs this motherfucker's eye out with a spoon. She has a drill, and she's drilling fucking holes into this motherfucker's skin. She cuts off his dick, and she cuts off one of his arms. Like she gets her fucking get back, and she gets like revenge for her, Rick, all of them. Like she tortures that motherfucker, and it's fucking amazing. I'm glad she tortured the fuck out of him too. The governor cuts off Rick's hand, traumatizes Glenn, and performs unspeakable acts on Michonne. Yep. And I hated it, man. And I'm glad she cuts off his fucking dick, too. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I think this is this Glenn? No, I don't know who this is. Oh, that's Tyrese. Yeah, Tyrese tries to find Michonne, Glenn, and Rick. The governor reveals that he never let Glenn go, as he told Rick he would. Yeah, he never let Glenn go, but, the governor knows they're in a prison because Rick, I think, had the prison jumpsuit on up under the riot armor. And here's Michonne at the prison with all the walkers and shit. Yeah, see, he had her chained up and all sort of shit. And it was horrible, man. The prisoners learn of the governor's bizarre and brutal cage fights, and Michonne is recruited to fight in them. Martinez, the man who betrayed Rick, tells him that they need to leave. Yeah, because in the comics, Martinez was, he tried to befriend Rick, and then he betrays him and shit. And it's fucked up. Here's Rick with his one arm, I think, and because he's already got his arm cut off at this point. So here's Rick in the riot gear with his little machete. He come to use that machete quite a lot. And fucking, Rick, Glenn, and Michonne, and a handful of other former Woodbury citizens get ready to leave. Michonne confronts the governor. And as you can see her shadow, she ain't happy. And he's like, fuck. He knew he was about to get fucked. Yeah, because look, Michonne gets her revenge on the governor by mutilating him, leaving him to die, not addressing it with the survivor. She didn't tell them she was going to do this. She rips off this man's fingernails. She's fucking drilling holes into him. She stabs his eye out with a spoon. She cuts off his dick. She cuts off his arm. She gets her revenge. And I'm so glad they gave it to her, too, because she fucking deserved it. And fucking, the governor deserved every fucking thing that happened to him, because I don't like the governor. Like, the governor, because he's designed to be a villain and shit, and he's like a despicable, disgusting-ass person, man. And, I'm glad he got what was coming to him. And then here's pregnant Lori with Carol. Oh, little Carol. The group arrives back at the prison to discover it's swarming with walkers. Yeah, because the fence or some shit broke, wasn't it? And then here's two of them in the fence. Rick tracks down and kills Martinez, thinking him a traitor. Glenn proposes to Maggie. The entire group readies themselves for an attack from Woodbury. Yeah, I think Martinez did betray him though. Cause they became friends and shit, and he's like, you fucking betrayed me, bitch. It ain't happening. Fuck it, I'm killing your ass. But there's Rick's little stub. But here's Rick and Lori, and I think she's about to have the baby soon. Glenn and Maggie have their wedding in the cafeteria. Then they help the group search for weapons. Lori confesses her affair with Shane to Rick, and he tells her he already knew. Yeah, because she knew that baby wasn't Rick. She knew it was fucking Shane's. And here is I think Lori might have just had the baby. Yeah, the calm before. Andrea and Michonne kill a number of the governor's men, but Glenn is injured in the process. Dell is bitten and he gets his leg cut off. And Lori gives birth to Judith. Yep. And then soon Judith gets they dead. And there's Rick with a walker, looking out at the fence and shit. But this is when Carol kills herself. Oh shit. Alice convinces the group to tie up a walker inside the prison wall so she can investigate a cure. Yeah, because the woman from Woodbury was trying to find a cure. She actually wanted to help people and shit. So she's studying the walkers and shit and trying to find weaknesses and anything else she could use and cures and shit. And then Carol commits suicide by approaching the walker and letting it bite her throat. And it bites her throat out and it kills her instantly. And they're all like, oh my fucking god, look at their faces, bro. They're just like, damn. Andrea's like, damn, I seen that. Oh, that's Axel, bro. Axel was one of the fucking coolest prisoners they had. That motherfucker was awesome as fuck. He was dead ass a fucking good ass guy. I loved Axel so fucking much. He was actually one of the only fucking people who were good. The governor's army reaches the prison and he orders his men to kill all of them. You see, Michonne took his arm, his eye, his dick, every fucking thing. Like, he was mad. And, yeah, Andrea gets shot in the fucking head because she's up in the little thing trying to snipe and shit. And, yeah, because she hit the governor and shit. The governor's army strikes but retreats when they begin losing. Andrea and Rick are shot. Yeah, both of them get shot. Rick gets shot in the gut by the... He got shot by the governor, I think, didn't he? Yeah, because he's like fucking bleeding and coughing up blood and shit, and he gonna die. Fucking Dell convinces a few survivors to leave the prison. Rick wakes and tries to persuade them otherwise. Michonne and Tyrese attack Woodbury, but Tyrese is captured. Yeah, this is when he gets his head cut off by Michonne's sword. And it was fucked up for her, though, because, you know, that being her sword and shit, and they were a couple or whatever. So fucking, yeah, Tyrese gets his head cut off. The governor attempts to get the group to open the prison gates by threatening to kill Tyrese, but they refuse. Tyrese is decapitated before their eyes. Like, he killed him in front of them. And then, yeah, he killed Lori and fucking Judith. That's who killed her. Fucking, like, it's straight shotgun to the fucking back of the foot. They fucked Lori up bad with that goddamn shotgun. Like, fucking, the governor launches a final attack on the prison, driving his tank over the fence. Andrea returns to give the group support. And then Rick you see Rick here burying every fucking body. Like, it's fucked, man. The governor's army kills most of the Green family, as well as Alice, Lori, and baby Judith. Lily kills the governor after he made her kill an infant, Rick and Carl. Yeah, because Lily, his, in the comics, he had her shoot, fucking Lori. And, she didn't know that, Lori was holding a baby, but the governor did. And he had her kill her. And, it made her mad, dude. She killed the fucking governor after that. And fucking, Rick and Carl, they gotta escape and shit. And then, yeah, this little section, man, was fucked up, man. Carl's been through it, man. You know, his mom just died, his sister just died, and fucking his dad is, like, dying, and he thinks his dad dies and shit, and it's so fucking sad. Like, Carl's out here trying to, like, take care of Rick and shit. And, while Rick is unconscious from an antibiotics overdose, Carl saves him from walkers. Rick briefly wakes up to let a shaken Carl know he isn't dead. Like, this was, like, one of the very first times, like, Carl was actually out here having to kill walkers by himself and shit. All while trying to protect Rick. Like, he pushes the fucking shit up against the doors. Like, kind of how he did in the show and shit, where they pushed the couch up. Carl does all that in the fucking comics. Rick didn't even help him. Like, and here's, someone about to get eaten by walkers. And, Rick shakes off his illness and finds a ringing phone in an abandoned house, and Lori is on the other end. Eventually, he realizes he's been hallucinating the conversation. Yeah, because he cries, because he carries the phone with him, too, which is even sadder. And then Carl comes across Michonne, and fucking, he hugs her and shit, and fucking, while Rick searches for gas, a walker attacks Carl, but Michonne appears and saves him. The group soon reunites with Glenn and Maggie, because here is Rosita, Abraham, and Eugene. And they're about to go to the Green Farm. And because that's where they went back to. They went back to Herschel's farm. Back at Herschel's farm, the group discovers 3 new survivors. One who claims he knows what caused the outbreak, which was Eugene. And then Abraham tells them about hordes, and they didn't know what the fuck he was talking about. He's like, y'all ain't never seen a horde before? And they're like, a horde? And he's like, a horde, bro. And he's like, he's like a small group of walkers or whatever the fuck they call them. But he's like, it's thousands of them and shit. And then like the whole fucking farm gets trampled by the goddamn walkers and shit. And fucking, yeah, there's Maggie. She hung herself, but she doesn't die though, thankfully. But, because they cut it off her in time and shit. But, the survivors discover that the walkers are getting weaker over time. And Maggie attempts to hang herself. But they do save her, though. And here's, Carl, Abraham, and Rick. And I think this is when they were arguing and shit. And he's like, man, I'm not going the fuck up there and shit. Because they're fighting and shit. Rick, Carl, and newcomer Abraham go to Atlanta and run into 3 bandits. Abraham reveals his family's fate. Yeah, because Abraham... Yeah, dude, I feel so fucking bad for Abraham, too, man, because his fucking... He had, like, a wife and, like, I think a son and a daughter or some shit, but they get captured or some shit, and they fucking... You know, I only have to say it, man. They get, like, beaten, raped, and all that shit by a bunch of fucking people. And Abraham, you know, he finds their dead bodies on the side of the road and shit. And he go because he knows who did it. And he goes and he fucking kills every goddamn one of them. And it is so fucked. I mean, like, some of the shit in the comics was like, they had to leave it out of the show, man, because otherwise that show would have been hit with a fucking even worse rating than what it got. Like the fucking little TMV whatever shit. But here's Rick and Abraham. Fucking, yeah, he finds Morgan again too. The group finds Morgan, but Dwayne has been bitten in turn. Rick convinces Morgan to leave, and Morgan loses Dwayne. Yeah, Morgan tells Rick he's gonna kill Dwayne. He's gonna kill the Walker Dwayne, but he doesn't. He couldn't bring himself to do it, so he unchains his son because his son gets bit. So he chains him up because he didn't have the heart to kill him. He couldn't kill his son, and like, you know, that's understandable. I probably wouldn't be able to either. So he leaves him chained up and shit for a while, you know, feeding him, like he's feeding him and shit. And fucking when they find him and shit, he unchains him when he goes with Rick. And then here's Rick shooting down some walkers and shit. Yeah, see, good thing is Rick can still shoot a gun. So, I mean, that's pretty good. And then Rick and the group shake off the herd, a huge group of zombies, but Dell questions his leadership again. Because Rick's back as the leader again, and Dell's like, oh, but you can't do it, though, you know. And then here is Gabriel. Fucking Comic Gabriel, he wasn't too bad. I mean, he's still kind of a bitch, but he wasn't bad. Andrea finds Billy murdered his brother Ben. Yeah, this is where Carl fucking shoots that motherfucker. And the group struggles with what to do with the boy. Carl secretly executes him. Because, remember that rule Rick stated, if you kill, you die. So they lock him up in the back of Dell's van, and fucking, the little boy didn't really realize what he did. I mean, he knew what he did, but he didn't know what he did, you know? And fucking, they were all outside discussing it, and they're like, you know, a handful of them were like, bro, we gotta kill him, because what if he kills one of us? You know, and they were like, but he's like, yeah, Dell and Andrew are fucking mad about it, and Dell's like, he's a boy, you can't kill a kid, and fucking, they don't know what to do about it, because they're like, let's just sit on it tonight. Lock him up in the van, and we'll discuss it in the morning. And man, Carl, while Rick's asleep, Carl takes his gun. Like, Carl has his little gun. So Carl has his gun, goes to the van, opens it, and he talks to Billy for a minute, and Billy's like, oh, hey, Carl, whatever, and fucking Carl shoots that motherfucker. And then Rick didn't even know that Carl did it. No one knew that Carl did it until Morgan. Carl only told Morgan, and I think Morgan eventually tells Rick. But Carl, like, my boy was going through it. He didn't want to kill Billy. That's the thing. He didn't want to kill him, but he knew he had to, because he knew no one else was gonna fucking do it. So fucking, he's crying in the church, Gabriel's church. He's up front. Everybody's asleep. This boy is crying, dude. And Morgan is the only one who's up. And he's like, yo, talk to me, bro. What's good? And fucking Carl tells him that, you know, he's been holding all that shit in. Like, his mom, sister, all that shit's dead. He thought his dad was gonna die. Fucking, he killed Billy because he knew no one else was gonna be able to fucking do it. And he goes on to tell him that he's killed Shane. Like, my boy Carl was fucking going through it. And he was just a fucking kid in this shit. Like, I think in the comics, he was only fucking, he wasn't very old. Like, he was like fucking maybe 7 or 8, I think. And then, yeah, Dell never told anybody that he got bit either. Because the cannibals cut his legs off. And this was funny as hell because he starts laughing. The survivors search for missing Dell and discover a cannibalistic group has cut off his leg and eaten it. And he starts laughing. He's like, ha ha ha, tainted meat, bitch, tainted meat. And they all freak the fuck out because they just ate walker meat and shit. And fucking, here's Dell with a scope on his head. After the hunters try to use Dell as bait, Rick and the group still themselves for an assault. Yeah, they fucked them guys up bad. Andrea shoots off that one guy's fucking fingers and shit. And Rick's like, bro, I can shoot you without even fucking doing it. And he's like, yeah, you want to bet? And he does like little finger guns and shit and fucking blows his goddamn fingers. Like, Andrea blows that motherfucker's fingers off. And fucking, I love that little damn scene too. Fucking, and then here's the whole fucking group after they fucked up them cannibals. I'm gonna be real with you. And Rick fucked with them a lot, dude. Rick was like, fuck, what was it Rick told him? He said, they said something like, oh, you gonna kill us? And Rick said, oh, I don't know, man. I might carve out a piece and try it myself and see how good it tastes. like Rick was fucking with them bad. The survivors kill and mutilate the hunters. Dell dies peacefully with Andrea, and Carl confesses to Rick that he killed Ben. Yeah, and he only does that because he told Morgan. And Morgan's like, yeah, bro, you ought to tell him. I couldn't remember if Morgan or Carl told him, but fucking. And Rick's like, yeah, just keep that to yourself, big dog. Like, don't even let them know. Just keep it to yourself. And here's Eugene plotting. Like, Eugene's like, oh, shit, man, we gonna die. And fucking, yeah, this is after, I think he revealed that he didn't know what the fuck he was doing. Eugene reveals that he never worked for the government. A new survivor, Aaron, approaches the group and opportunity for recruitment. So, yeah, he brings them back to Alexandria, and Rick becomes a police officer and shit. Life is good. Life is chilling. The group made their home in Alexandria, an area where people live much like they did before the outbreak. And fucking, here's Michonne, with her little sword and shit. She's not fitting in too well with the whole high life society people. I think she becomes a cop as well, though. Alexandria welcomes its new inhabitants and appoints Rick constable, but Rick is suspicious and has Glenn scout out where their guns are being kept. Yeah, because he wants to get a gun in that bitch. Abraham is on the construction crew, and they're trying to build onto the wall. Yeah, Abraham saves Holly's life disobeying Tobin, who in turn questions his own capabilities as leader of the construction crew. Yeah, pretty much Rick's group arrives and just takes control of every fucking thing. Like, just by being themselves, Like, Abraham's like, yeah, man, you were gonna let this woman die because you a bitch. And then she kicks Tobin in the dick because fucking, he was gonna let her die. And then here's, I think Rick just beat the shit out of Pete. Right? Yeah, Michonne, Rick goes crazy with a gun. And Rick's like, yeah, I'll take this shit from you or some shit. Yeah, Rick attacks Pete, who he perceives to be a threat to the community. Douglas tries to stop him, but Rick brandishes his gun, and Michonne knocks out Rick before he can do more. And then it does like a little fucking flash to it was so fucking funny because like it shows like a little spaceship futuristic kind of thing where like all the people who have died are like robots and shit now. And here is, that's Maggie, and I think that's, I can't remember who the fuck that is. It's some damn body. Yeah, Pete snaps and kills Douglas's wife with a knife. Douglas orders Rick to shoot Pete, but outside the safe zone, another group hears the shot. Oh yeah, the survivors hear the shot and shit. And then here's Andrea with, I want to say that was the little dude's son, Douglas's son, I think. The leader of the bandits outside Alexandria tries to threaten Rick by letting them in, but they're all killed by Rick's crew. Yeah, they fucking killed them motherfuckers. And then here's Andrea. She's in her little watchtower and shit. Pete's widow, Jessie, kisses Rick. The rest of the survivors worry the walls may not keep the dead out much longer. And then here's Glenn and Heath. What was his name? Heath? I want to say his name was Heath with like an H. Yeah, I think that was his name was Heath. But yeah, the Alexandria wall breaks, allowing walkers to enter. Morgan is bitten in the resulting chaos. There's Douglas, and he's accepting fate. He's like, fuck it, just kill me, bro. Just fucking kill me. And this is when Jesse's son blows out fucking Carl's goddamn eye. Fuck. Because she wouldn't let go. Like, they wouldn't let go. And Rick had to cut off her fucking hand and all sort of shit. Michonne amputates Morgan's arm, but he doesn't survive. Jesse and her son are killed when Rick and Carl abandon them. Douglas accidentally shot. Yeah, because Douglas shot something and like shoots Carl in the fucking head. Which is fucked because Rick had to kill Jesse. Like her son got bit or some shit, and Jesse she started getting bit, but she wouldn't let go of Carl. So Rick cuts off her fucking arm to save his boy, and I don't blame him honestly. But after he gets shot, Rick's like, fuck. So they got to run him to the fucking ER and shit and get him healed up and shit. And this is where the coolest fucking scene drops, where they're all killing the walkers and shit. And fucking after dropping off Carl at Denise's house, Rick helps the other survivors cut out the walkers. And he finally realizes the dead may be a manageable threat. And then, Rick's like, he's over there fucking, he's going through it, man. He's like, fuck, my son's going to die, fuck. Like, my boy going through it. Yeah, we find ourselves. The survivors clean up Alexandria safe zone and begin planning for the future. Rosita leaves Abraham because of his affair with Holly. And then here's Rick cutting off, there's this little hatchet he had to use to cut off that woman's hand. And then we find ourselves part 4. Nicholas plans a group for leadership. Yeah, he plans a coup for leadership of Alexandria. Rick has to re-explain what happened to Lori and Judith to Carl. Oh, yeah, oh my God, because Carl lost his fucking memory of it. Oh, dude, I forgot about that. Oh, damn. And then here's Andrea with Douglas's son, I think, wasn't it? Yeah, Rick and the rest of the group thwart Nicholas's attempt at seizing control of the safe zone. And then here's Michonne with, I want to say it's Abraham, isn't it? No, that's not Abraham. Yeah, it might be Abraham. I don't know. The man watching Alexandria. Oh, shit. Here we go. Yeah. I love Jesus in the comics, by the way. The man watching Alexandria reveals himself as Paul Moreau, who lives in a community with 200 other survivors. And then we have Rick and all of them going to the world. Yeah, Rick Carr, Andrea, Glenn, and Michonne travel to Paul's community, the Hilltop community. Yeah, it was just the 5 of them. And fucking, I want to say it was Carl, like little kid Carl. And because they start talking about the survivors and shit, or the saviors and shit, and fucking, little, like, I think it was kid Carl. He's like, bro, well, fucking, we'll kill him, bro. I mean, like, it ain't shit. And then here's Rick with a little knife because someone was about to assassinate the fucking, the little guy. Yeah, Rick discovers the Hilltop colony's protection dealing with the heavily armed saviors, and his group is asked to free the colony. So he kills the guy who was about to assassinate him. And then here's the checklist, 1 through 72. And we didn't get none of the special cards, which, I mean, I'm fine with that because I can always get the special cards or try to, since I know what the hell they're called now. But we have the, QTB 1 through 9, then Something to Fear 1 through 9. But regardless, these cards were fucking incredible. And I am so glad I got this fucking set. Like, I can't even pick a favorite card. Like, I like them all. Like, I don't know, man. I love the Walking Dead comics so fucking much. And I'm so damn glad I looked up and found the trading cards. Now I got to get series. Yeah, this is series 2. So I've got to get series 1. And, like, I have a set of Walking Dead season 1 that's I found online. And it's like the full set, and it's on the way. It's like a 72, 80. It's like 72 or 80 card set as well. So it's going to be a good little lengthy video like this one. And, y'all let me know what your favorite character from the comics are. Y'all let me know what your favorite card was. And I hope y'all have enjoyed. I have enjoyed looking at every one of these. And it's brought back so many memories of shit that I forgot about the comics. And I love it so much. And I hope y'all have enjoyed. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed. I hope you be safe. Y'all be safe and y'all have fun. I'll catch you on the next one. See you then.